All right, so third grade, we're going to be using some unconventional art supplies today to create some beautiful color photography. So you will need a dish. I happen to have 2 pie trays here because I'm going to work with warm colors in one and cool colors in another. I'm going to need some milk that I'm going to pour into each pie tray. You might have a glass container or a plastic tub. It doesn't matter what you're using. And now I'm going to be using food color. You also can do this probably with watercolor paint as well. So don't worry if you do not have food coloring. You can even try with marker. Maybe we'll try that. We'll see if that works too. First thing I'm going to do is take my food coloring and I'm going to put some dots of red, and I'm going to put some dots of yellow, I think I'll put a little more red. Okay. And in this pie tray, I'm going to do some blue and some green. Because I learned in the introduction lesson that the warm colors are colors that remind us of fire, so red, orange, and yellow. And the cool colors are colors that remind us of water and ice and the earth, which are blue, violet, and green. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some liquid soap and I put it into a bowl, and I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to dip into the soap and get it on there. And what's going to happen is when I put the Q-tip onto the surface of the milk, it's going to reduce the surface tension of the milk, and the soap is going to react with the fat, and it's going to cause the fat particles in the milk to move around and create swirls of color. So let's first try our science experiment. I'm going to move the camera closer. Let's try it first with the warm colors and see if it works. I'm going to pan you down. And let's see. Oh my God, look at how cool that is. Do you see how the color is just moving around in the milk? Now if I put it into this corner, do you see what's happening? The soap is breaking down the surface tension of that milk, and it's making the colors move all around. Now, because I used red and yellow, I now have different tertiary colors. I have red-orange in there, I have regular orange, I have a yellow-orange over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a camera. I happen to have my cell phone here, and I'm going to take a photo of it. And I'm going to show you what the picture looks like after I try my second experiment. So this time, now I have my blue and my green. And I loaded up my Q-tip with the soap. And here we go. Wow. The minute it touches that milk, look at how it moves around. It's so beautiful. Now that I have the hang of it, I can control where I want the ink to move. So I might want to create a design that looks more marbly, and I might want to create more white marks in the center. All right, I'm going to take my camera. I'm going to zoom in. going to take a picture. All right, so boys and girls, you can see I have these two beautiful surfaces that were created by using milk, soap, and some food coloring. All right, so boys and girls, I'm going to clean out the milk and the soap and the food color, and I'm going to put more milk in, and let's see what happens if I use watercolor paint this time. All right, so boys and girls, I cleaned out my trays, and I'm going to take some more milk and put some in the left one and the right one. Okay. So I think in this, I'm going to pan you down. So I have my two types of watercolor paint. I have my liquid kind, and you can see I'm just using a little egg container. And I have my trays of watercolor paint, which I have a feeling a lot of you might have at home. So I'm going to try it with this stuff. And I'm just going to wet my paintbrush with water. And this time, let's use, how about some analogous colors? Let's try putting this beautiful red-violet onto the paint. Let's see, I might need some more water to loosen that up and drip it on. All right. So let me move you closer. And I would like to get one more color. Let's get this dark orange. If you have the paint kit like we have in school, I bet you that paint would work a little better. All right, I'm going to take my Q-tip. Let's move my plate in front. I dipped it into my soap. Oh, and it works just as nicely. So I'm going to move some of that ink around. Oh, I love that. I'm going to drag it across. Push it around. I'm going to get my camera. See if I can find a nice spot for a photo. Okay, I love that. Now let's try it with the liquid watercolor paint. I have a feeling we're going to have better results, so let's try that out. So I have my water off camera, and here are my three. And now let's put the primary colors into the milk and see what happens. So I'm going to load up my yellow. And I'm going to pour that on. And now I have my blue. So I'm just going to dip in. Oh, that's beautiful already. And now I have my red. It's already making new colors because I'm not really washing my brush here. That's beautiful already. All right, let's take the soap and I'll put it off to maybe right here this time. Whoa! Oh, I love how that looks. Look at that. You know, boys and girls, creating art this way is pretty cool because to me, when I look at this, I see patterns that I would see in some stones like agate and other minerals. Let's take a photo of that. All right, so boys and girls, now that I have my photos, I'm going to look at them and I'm going to crop them out and show you what they look like. All right, boys and girls, here is a photograph that I took and I framed it. And you can see how beautiful it looks. It looks just like modern art. And what I did was I used some pink watercolor paint. And you can see it gave me this beautiful monochromatic piece of art. Monochromatic is when a painting has one color in it. So Fiona's here, and I'm going to give this to Fiona so she can put this in her bedroom because her bedroom is pink and purple. And I hope you really enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you give it a try. If you master the lesson, please email me a photo at pricet@pearlriver.org. I'd love to see what you're doing. And also, please feel free to check out any other grade level links to see what they're up to as well. I hope you had fun. I will see you next week when we have more art online. See you next time.